Plane's grounded after Airbus discovers solar radiation could impact systems. I got the perfect seat here, perfect waiting area here in Bangkok. I want to show you my little waiting area. So I got this little cubby hole. Got 2 seats right here, so it's perfect for you and your lady. Or you put your bag down in there, nobody's gonna join you. One little piece of quiet, right? I got a wall behind me. I got a wall right there. So if I wanna work on my laptop, nobody's gonna bother me. And let me show you the other amenities I have at my little spot. Now right over there, if you run out of juice, is chargers, right? Okay, so you got chargers right there. That's what those folks are doing over there watching movies. Now let me show you what I got in front of me. Why this? It's life's simple pleasures, folks. I'm a redneck. I'm easily impressed. But let me show you what I got in front of me. That's a big old air conditioner right there. So I am cool as a cucumber because I got my own air conditioner, right? And right there in front of me, I got my own board that I don't have to leave my seat to check on the flight status, right? And you got a shop right here. I don't know if they got, yeah, they got drinks right there. So you got a shop with drinks right here in front of you. And then I'm talking less than 50 feet that way is a restroom that nobody seems to be, you know, it's not a high traffic area. So folks, I got the perfect spot. I don't know what's down that way, but I'm right here in the middle of the VIP lounges. And how do you get to this little spot? Because I'm telling you, if you got a long time to wait, you could lean up against this wall here and get some sleep. I really don't know if I want to tell you where my little secret cubby hole is here. But I mean, I'm laid up here large and in charge. I don't care how late the flight is, if it's on time. The only bad thing is if you're traveling by yourself, you got to get up and go pee. Somebody's probably going to grab this spot. But this is a little campsite right here. And nobody's going to come through. I mean, you could sleep here, I'm telling you. Set up your, put your sleeping bag down. You're right here by this aircon. Should I tell you where it's at? Then everybody would be down here fighting over it. Okay, I guess I could tell you where it's at. We're leaving out of D1, Delta 1. So if you're gonna come down the stairs, and if you're facing Delta 1, you're gonna go to your left. And you just come down, it's right here in front of this Memories of Thailand. Okay? You'll pass some of the VIP lounges. It's right behind this little aircon here with this free charging station. So I was going past all them VIP lounges. You know, and I used to be a VIP lounge player when I had my player's card. The American Express revoked everybody's privileges of the VIP lounge. They just deleted that as a benefit, and that's one of the main reasons I got that particular card. So now if I want to hit the VIP lounges, I gotta pay like everybody else, and all of a sudden it seems to have lost its luster. You know what I mean? Especially when you're used to get something for free like that, and then you gotta pay, it just kills you. So I'm not a VIP lounge. Yeah, one beautiful lady leaving right there. I'm not a VIP lounge player no more. So I gotta seek out these little natural hidden gems where I feel like a VIP. You know? Okay, why am I taking Cebu Pacific? My damn private jet got a flat. It's got a flat tire, it's in the shop. So I'm back on Cebu Pacific, but I am in first class. I'm just kidding, they ain't got no first class. It's like Southwest. You ever get on a Southwest flight and ask them, hey, why don't y'all have first class? At least they used to. I ain't been on Southwest in a long time. Why don't you have first class? And they would say, oh, every seat is first class. Southwest. My goodness. So anyhow, welcome to my little VIP area here. Just watching people go by. Got these robots sweeping and mopping the floor, whatever they're doing. Just pure entertainment for a redneck. I said after last flight, which got delayed, 3 hours or something like that, I would never again complain about a delayed or canceled flight. And once I made that agreement with myself that, I'm not going to complain about it. If the flight is delayed or canceled, it's probably for a maintenance issue, and I'm okay with that. It's for good reason. Thank you. So I'm just not in any hurry anymore. Now granted, I don't have any connecting flight. If I had a connecting flight, yeah, you got that stress. I don't have a connecting flight, so I got all night long. I should do a poll to see if this flight is on time, which in my experience, most of the time they're not, but they always get me there safely and they're friendly people. Got my little cubby hole here. I can keep an eye on what it's doing up there without leaving my seat. Let that thing be delayed 4 or 5 hours. I don't care. I really don't. I downloaded me a couple of World War II movies and a couple documentaries. And I usually don't sit and stare at my cell phone or stare at my laptop when I'm out and about. I like to people watch. But in case of a 3, 4, 5 hour delay, I got me a couple World War II movies to watch. I'm happy as a lark. So no more stress on old single dad's face when it comes to flight delays or cancellations. Especially when you find a little cubby hole like this. Look at this. I'm in the VIP lounge. The only thing difference, I don't got free beer, but I quit drinking. And when you quit drinking, all of a sudden the VIP lounge is not that great of a deal. It's just not. If you don't drink, it's better just to go to Burger King or go to a restaurant and get you something to eat and hang out there. It's much cheaper than the VIP lounge. If you're a drinker, obviously you can go into the VIP lounge and tear it up and get your money's worth. But I quit drinking. So now I'm just a cheap public VIP lounge player. But I'm still large and in charge of this little cubby hole right here. Just a couple thoughts. Man, the check-in process was smooth. But if you go to the kiosk, you got to print out your boarding pass, then it prints out that big old sticky bag tag, right? And I ended up pulling off, you're just supposed to pull off, I guess, the end of the sticky, because the whole thing's sticky. I pulled off the whole thing. That thing is sticking, it's getting crinkly, wrinkled up. I'm not sure which I'm supposed to keep. Turns out I kept like the 3 little small barcodes. I'm like, okay, that's what they always, okay, I got it. But it was confusing. Everybody was confused. Where to stick it, how to put it. People are, what's the world coming to? First of all, you go to Walmart in America, it's self-serve, checkout. I'm not down with that. Now I'm coming to the airport here. I got to put my own bag tag on. Everybody was just confused, stickiness. I don't mind printing out my boarding pass, but my gosh, you gotta have a 4-year degree to be able to put that bag tag on right without screwing it up. Anyhow, everything else was smooth, except, carrying too many batteries for cameras, too many wireless microphones. It's a pain in the ass when you carry camera gear around. It really is. I've got to the point where I check my big cameras and I roll the dice. Somebody steals my big cameras, I'll cry till the end of time, but they're just too heavy to carry. But what can't you check? You can't check the batteries. So I had a bag full of batteries, wireless microphones, any damn thing associated with it that's got a battery in it. And of course, it always raises some red flags. It's like, how do I stop carrying this stuff around? I'm not the only person that has this problem. Anybody who's a filmmaker or photographer or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Got to carry all these batteries. What's the solution? Remember the days when I would go to the PI with nothing but a backpack, a MacBook Air, and an iPhone. That's how I used to make my videos. And I carried such a little amount of gear. I mean, I had only the necessary cables, just one of everything that I had to have. I was truly minimalist. And then like the night before, I would lay everything back out and then I would pare it down some more. That's the way to travel. One light backpack, MacBook Air with an iPhone. That's the way to do it. I've complicated my life. It's all my fault. All I need to do is be rolling around with a backpack and an iPhone. So let me tell you, now is a great time to come to Thailand. Weather's cool. It's been beautiful weather down on patio. Not a lot of tourists here right now, in my opinion. Especially not a lot of Chinese tour buses floating around clogging up the place. There's a few, but it's very light. Very light. So it's a great time to come to Thailand now. Planes grounded after Airbus discovers solar radiation could impact systems. If you go back a couple weeks ago, I had a flight. We were on an A320, Airbus A320 coming out of Clark. The pilot rejected the aircraft. And I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but it was something with the communication system, the passenger, that touch screen when you first walk in. Anyhow, did a video on it. But now here we go. I meant to put my old man glasses on to read this. Hold on, I might be able to make it big enough. Thousands of Airbus planes had to be grounded for a software update after it was discovered that intense solar radiation could interfere with onboard flight control computers. Around 6,000 A320 planes were thought to be affected, half the European firm's global fleet, but many were able to fly again within hours after undergoing the update. Now they say update. I read one article that said they had to roll it back to the previous update, so I don't know what's true. Let's see, discovered the issue after an investigation into an incident in which a plane flying between the US and Mexico suddenly lost altitude in October. So it affects the flight controls. That's not good. The JetBlue Airways flight made an emergency landing in Florida after at least 15 people were injured. As well as the A320, which is the company's best-selling aircraft. The vulnerability also impacts the A318, the A319, and the A321 models. Now when my flight on the A320 got canceled, we got moved over to an A321. No problems, but it was just 2 weeks ago. It is understood that around 5,100 Airbus planes, the issue can be addressed using a relatively simple software update, which would typically take about 3 hours. The older versions, about 900 aircraft, which are older versions, they need to have the onboard computers physically replaced and will not be allowed to carry passengers again until the job has been completed. So basically, I'm about to get on a flight back to the PI, Cebu Pacific flight. So I said, today's the 29th. I said, all right, let me just see if there's anything out there. And sure enough, GMA News. I'm about to put my old man glasses on, so bear with me. Yeah, they're broken. I broke in my pocket. Shit happens. Over 15,000 passengers of 3 Philippine carriers affected by Airbus software update. This is November 29th at 2:42 p.m. Okay, right now it's 8:36 p.m. November 29th. More than 15,000 passengers of at least 3 air carriers in the Philippines were affected by the software update for the Airbus A320 family of jets, with nearly 100 of their flights either canceled or delayed. In a forum on Saturday, Acting Transportation Secretary Lopez said Cebu Pacific and Philippine Airlines canceled 78 domestic flights due to the software update of their A320 and A321 fleets. 14,000 passengers were affected, so they're working on the problem. And they had the list of canceled flights. Cebu Pacific and Philippine Airlines, for their part, so they've started rolling out the software updates. They expect their upgrade activities to be completed by Sunday, Bonifacio Day, a national holiday in the Philippines. It should be done by lunch tomorrow. At 10:30 a.m., we now have only 22 remaining aircraft that need the software update, and we feel we will be completed by Sunday. Okay, well, this is Saturday, and old single dad's about to get on an aircraft. We'll see if it's an A320. Hopefully it got the software update. In an appeal to the public for their consideration, saying the delays were of global occurrence and that the updates were needed to ensure safety of passengers. I got no complaints, man. Like I've been talking about earlier, if you need to cancel this flight to get that software update done, you're not gonna have any problems from me. Please do. So it's a huge deal. And the A320 is all fly-by-wire. In other words, pilot puts the inputs into the controls, it goes through a computer, and the computer decides how to output the controls. And I'm not a pilot. Again, I just play one here on YouTube from time to time. What happened in the old days? Just cables and pulleys and hydraulic systems. Why do we have to send everything through a damn computer? Especially in an aircraft. My gosh, how many times is even your iPhone, your best piece of equipment that you have, or a MacBook Pro, occasionally, you know, a damn PC all the time, but computers lock up. They have problems. Why do we got to put that much technology into a commercial aircraft carrying hundreds of people? Sort of scary. 6,000 aircraft. I wasn't familiar with the incident, but according to them, 15 people got injured on that flight. Just suddenly fucking lost altitude. And they say the solar radiation affects the flight controls. Solar flares. I don't know if I buy that. That's a little fishy. At altitude, solar flares can affect just the flight controls? Just the flight control computer? Why don't it affect everything else on board? I never buy the official story, folks. It's always bulla. It's always bullshit. If a big corporation puts something out, it's bullshit. The government puts something out, I don't believe it. That's what they say. So here I am. Again, we'll see. Is it an A320? Does anybody else know or care? I didn't know till I just sat down. I was checking the I checked the kayak flight tracker, see if this thing was on time. Of course, I'm looking at my board. And somehow or another, that shit popped up. I'm like, that's what I was on 2 weeks ago. A320, we had problems, and the pilot rejected the aircraft. Connected, who knows? Probably not, but you never know. Just thought I'd share that with you. You remember back in the day, I've talked about this many times before. Back in the day, I used to be scared to get on an Airbus. If I got on board and it was a 737, I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Because back then, the 737s they were the workhorse, right, that you trusted. Right up until Boeing screwed the brand when they come out with that 737 MAX that killed all those people. They totally destroyed the 737 brand. But I used to be scared to get on an Airbus. Give me a damn Boeing 737, even an old one. Just trusted it. Still trust the old 737s, not the new ones. But now with this shit, 6,000 planes. And again, one article said that all they had to do was roll it back to a previous software update, to the previous version. If that's all it takes, you're not going to convince me that solar flares are causing the problem. It's the fucking update that's causing the problem. It's the patch, or whatever you want to call it, the update, that's causing the problem. If it were solar flares, why would it not affect any version of the software, right? Anyhow, what y'all think? Believe the solar flare story, or you just think that it's a fucked up update? And that flight where 15 people got injured could have been a lot worse. Okay. Alright. It's almost time to go to my gate. I want to thank y'all for joining me. It really helps me pass the time when I just sit here and talk to y'all through this lens. Looks like now the gate is open. So give it another 30 minutes and I'll mosey on over there. I never wait at the gate. I never wait at the gate where my aircraft is leaving from. I just don't, for security purposes. I always wait somewhere else. Why do I do that? Just what I've always done. I wait 2, 3, 4 gates down so I can see what's going on from a distance. But it's like on Smokey the Bandit. If I say to go to 19, you go to 21. If I say go to 21, you go to channel 4. If I'm leaving it out of gate 5, I'll be down at gate 1. Back at Clark, we're putting a little grab kiosk over there, so if you don't have load or what have you, apparently you're just going to walk over there and you can pick up a grab. So pretty cool. Welcome back to Clark. Here's your look around right here, folks. Got some beautiful flowers lit up behind us. Yeah, it says grab, book here. They're just installing the lights. Dude's over there painting. Starbucks is closed. It's so late. Back in the PI. After a safe flight on that A320. I guess it got updated. Old single dad back in Angeles City.